finally, it has happened. Richard Simmons.
You get to see this much of it.
Well, see, you gave it away, all right? We got to build it up a little bit.
Okay.
But yes, you're going to see Richard Simmons clearer than we've seen him in 3 years.
More than 3 years, by the way.
But you're just not going to see very much of him, as Harvey said.
Okay.
He left the hospital finally.
Well, let's show him. Boom! That's
Do you see that? Do you see? That is his left eye. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at his left eye and his left temple.
There is a great story that goes behind this, by the way.
Oh boy, is there? Yeah. So Richard Simmons was left the hospital on Thursday evening. Finally, remember he went in
Monday
early this week for a gastrointestinal issues, feeling better, and left the hospital. Went home. Now, of course, Richard Simmons, like we said, because he hasn't been seen, attracts a lot of attention, and the paparazzi were waiting to get a shot of him.
Okay, so I'm going to set the stage.
Here it comes.
So,
here's the story.
What we're told is some paparazzi agency followed him home, and so there are paparazzi waiting at his gate, at his home. He has a gate, and his house is gated. So the gate opens up, the Range Rover drives in. That's the gate. Range Rover drives in. And they go into the garage because the housekeeper's driving. So they go in the garage and they shut the garage. Problem is, you can't get from the garage inside the house.
There's no door from the garage. You have to walk outside.
Which is a design defect, but we'll get into that later.
It's an older home.
So anyway, so they got to get from the garage to the front door. Now, they could just say, well, okay, we're going to have to be seen. Richard does not want to be seen. So they call the LAPD. 4 officers come out.
And they come out in force.
4 officers come out, and they help Richard. They basically form a human shield on him, and he puts a blanket over his head.
Not a very attractive blanket also. I'm sorry,
and
Richard.
They walk into the door.
I hate to be critical, but the blanket is not very attractive.
Oh, my God.
And they walk him in, and that's it.
Mission accomplished, folks.
We got him in. The only image we have actually of Richard,
an eye,
is just the eyeball.
And it's interesting, guys. You can kind of see in that photo of just the eyeball. It looks like he had a beard too. Remember, we were having the discussion a few days ago how he was going out to places like the Beverly Center in a disguise. But Richard Simmons in a beard, I don't think that's ever been a look. So it kind of helps him out too.
You know what? It was kind of a look the last time we kind of saw him. Do you remember last summer? Remember last summer when he was leaving the hospital?
Right.
And we saw this, and we were like,
"Oh,
what?
You're right.
We thought it was him, but it was like, yeah.
Yep. Now, we're also told he was in good spirits, actually laughing when he was walking inside the house. And so he gets the joke. Yeah. And there's nothing really wrong with him. And he's just sick of the Richard Simmons persona, yet he's created a new persona, and interest and mystery, and I think he wants to keep it going.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Pete from New York. First of all, I'm just glad to see that Richard Simmons is still out and about and healthy. I know a lot of people are worried about him. There's a podcast about all that. But I think he really set himself up well now to fly under the radar. If he's got a beard and he's got a T-shirt that's not all bedazzled and stuff like that, you're not going to know it's him.
Yes, the bedazzled beard would definitely give him away.
Absolutely. Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.